Good morning. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? You guys won't see my ugly face tonight. And the reason is I have a massive, massive headache. And that goes into my eye. And even freaking brushing my hair hurts. So I'm totally in my pajamas and with messy hair. And I wanted to spare you guys seeing me like that. I hope everybody is okay. Let's see who we have here. I'm going to scroll back. Since I did not name anyone in the last streams, I'm going to be doing it right now. Hello, Hope. Hello, One Hell of a Night. Gina, Tracy, Anita, JCR, Craftastic, Donna, Adrian, or Adrian in German. Tracy, Tina. Who else have we here in chat? Margarita, Anita, Penny, Tina, Beach Tea. So many in chat. It's always the same people chatting in chat. Annie, hi. Susanna. Zombie mom. Okay. I hope you're not a zombie mom. Earth Angel, hi. Maureen, Stefan. Is it Steven or Stefan or Stefan? Samantha, Vesna, Geraldine, Jock Girl, Samantha already said, Angie, Rachel, Donna. Okay, I think that's Frognado, Ocean's Daughter, Bobby, hi. Okay, I have limited access to, I don't see the previous messages in live on the chat. Debsam77, hi Marie, BLN, Easy, hi Dawn, We see each other later on. That's a rhyme. Hi, Tumbleweed. Hi, Liz. Yeah, I think that's hi, Nina. Liz, Margarita. I think Kiwi, hi. Mrs. Lee. Donna Rue. KH, hi. Domix, 11. Pretty smart. Hello. Good morning or good afternoon. Trinda, Alice. So many familiar names in chat. Cat 73, Maureen, Ann Russell. Yeah, what are we gonna do today? Jolene, hi. Annette, hi. So everybody, hi for everyone who's joining now. Oh, it's Penny's birthday. Happy birthday, Penny. Happy birthday. I can't sing, or I would sing for you. What are we gonna do today is I came across a letter from 2018. I mean, I read it a long time ago, but I never thought of it reading it out loud on my channel. And a subscriber, I think it was Mary, she said she read it previously in one of my comments, and that is very telling to her. So I thought I'm gonna be reading out loud what he says. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Ines. So I'm gonna be reading it out loud, and we discuss that a little bit. I think too it's very telling. Especially, I came across another letter he wrote in, I believe it was June or July, where he basically repeats what he is saying, but he's more open to different opinions. And this letter I will be reading out tomorrow at 10 or 11 my time. So that would be 4 or 5 Eastern time. And then we're gonna compare that a little bit. So after this live stream, I will be having another live stream where we compare the interrogations of Chris Watts and Colonel Russell Williams. And on this live stream, Don Joe will be joining me because, as you all know, Don Joe was part and is part of many interrogations, and he can tell us a little bit about how an interrogation really should look like. What are they doing? What are their tactics and stuff like that? So at in an hour or two, we're gonna discuss that. So I made a little mistake as well. It's January 9th, the Into the Abyss documentary, not the 8th. So sorry about that. Yeah, let me just pull that up and I'm gonna read it to you guys. So he sent that letter on September the 17th, and if I'm not mistaken, he gave it to his parents and he wanted them to read it at the gravesite. So, Shanann, Bella, CeCe, Niko. Where do I begin? I love all of you to the moon and back, or as Bella would say, I love you all day. You guys will always be my shining stars, my light in the darkness, and my guardian angels. I'm so sorry for the pain and terror I've caused all of you. It rips my heart to pieces knowing what happened. Being a husband and father, you all true blessings from God. I was blind from seeing those gifts He bestowed me. I hope when you look down on me, you don't see the person that hurt you, but the person that loves you. I pray that you say, there is my husband and there's my daddy. I love you all so much, and remember, you will always be my sunshines. I miss you guys so much. Every time I close my eyes, I see you, Bella, jumping on that trampoline in Myrtle Beach and swimming like a big girl with your floaty. I see you, Celeste, running back and forth from the ocean, feeling the sand on your feet for the first time. So, here, what I've noticed, he is only basically talking about things that happened previously, like the last days and weeks he's talking about, and he's not going further, right? He's not going further back. He is talking at some point about their wedding, but this is what I noticed, especially that he is not going back any further than that day, right? Or the weeks leading up to the tragedy. All right, let's move on. And seeing the waves crash down. I see you, Bella, playing with your friends and breaking out of your shell. That must have been so nice. You even got me with a good you even got me good with a few water balloons. I see you, Celeste, sprinting into every situation, showing how spunky you are. I see an ultrasound of the third miracle God was putting into my life, not knowing if it was a girl or a boy yet. That's also very telling. I feel not knowing it was a girl or a boy yet. He could be meaning that at that time he did not know. But yeah, really weird because we know that he knew, right? I see you, Shanann, in the kitchen with an "Oops, we did it again" t-shirt on to announce the third bundle of joy was on the way. I see you, Bella, with those amazing curls that remind me of my hair when I was a little kid. I see you, Celeste, tackling me every time you see me. You truly are a daddy's girl. I know this because you would only let me tuck you in at night. Oh, how I terribly miss both getting ready for bed. You too always got me soaking wet from the shower, but you always had a blast. When it was nap time and story time, you both loved story time. Celeste, you loved your lion book, and Bella loved her Frozen short story book. He's also mixing up talking directly to them and writing down as he would talk to a different person, like writing that letter to someone about his family, and sometimes he directly addresses them. You specially loved the Olaf story. You always kept asking for one more story, and I would cave in and do it. I still read it to you now. I hope you both hear me. Niko, you would have been born about a month away from being born. So, and this sentence makes absolutely no sense to me. What do you guys think that could mean? Niko, you would have been born about a month away from being born. What do you guys think? Put in the chat what you guys think about that, because it does not make no sense at all. Hi, Nina. You would have been born about a month away from being born. This is what he says in his letter. And I can make not any sense out of it. I mean, what he probably meant is you would have been born a month before being born. But they were murdered in August, and he wrote that letter in December. And Niko's due date was, I believe, January, end of January or something. So that would make the due date or the murders December, right? A planned birth, right? Yeah, maybe having a C-section or something. But yeah, it's just very, very confusing. It's very confusing to me, so I thought you might solve this, you guys. You would have been born about a month away from being born. Maybe he took multiple days to write the letter. That could be the case. Yes, that could be the case. But he's addressing Christmas as well. All right, if anybody knows what he means by writing that, just keep on putting it in the chat. From April to December would be 8 months pregnant, so she was due in January. Right. January was the due date. So let's move on. Niko, you would have been born about a month away from being born. I know your sisters would have been fighting about who got to hold you first. I know you're doing that right now as we speak. I love you, little man. Shanann, you were so good to me our entire relationship. I know we had our scribbles and disagreements, but you truly did love me. You would do anything for me. You painstakingly tried to show me that towards the end. Remember, he's saying you painstakingly tried to show me that towards the end. So she really was trying to get his attention and wanted to know what's going on. And they really weren't good at all at this stage in North Carolina. But whatever wall I put up retained every attempt. I wish I could have opened my eyes and saw the love that you were pouring out on me. I went to church Saturday, sitting there, seeing Jesus on the cross, hearing Holy Night being sung, and knowing I didn't have you four with me broke me into tears. I know you were spiritual with me there. As soon as I looked up, I saw a couple of rays of sunlight hit the cross, and I knew you were there. So here he's addressing them directly again. What will I do without you, the kids, for the rest of my life? How am I supposed to go on? You are my everything, and I took all that away. I don't know why my love for you all wasn't stronger than the evil force. There will be more birthdays, graduations, Christmas, Easter, holidays you made all special, weddings, funerals, and life goes on. Those days will be torture not having you here with me. We didn't get to see our girls and little boy grow up, and it's my fault. I was given the responsibility to take care of you all, watch over you, make sure nothing or no one hurts you, and I'm the one who hurt you myself. I cry out to God sometimes, why? Why did I let this happen? And what he says in that letter, when we read the other one tomorrow, you see parallels. Like he's always asking, why did I let this happen? Why didn't I save them? Stuff like that. And he also says in this one, I don't know why my love for you all wasn't stronger than the evil force. And he's referring to the evil force in this letter. And in the other letter, he is basically saying the evil force was NK. But so stay tuned for that one. It's very, very interesting. Let's continue. I would have rather chosen death than to have hurt you all. With Christmas a week away, oh, here, I would rather have chosen death than to have hurt you all. The death penalty was on the table, right? At least 4 or 5 minutes or so. So if he knew at that time, and this is just my personal opinion and me thinking out loud, if he is saying I would rather have chosen death, that makes me feel like or think that he did not know at this stage what really happened, right? Because if he knew that it was all him doing that, murdering his family, maybe he would have went for the death penalty, if that makes sense. Right? Anthony, we're not saying she's guilty nor innocent. We're discussing a case. And we have every right to ask questions. So I would have rather chosen death than to have hurt you all. With Christmas a week away, I have something to confess. Your daddy was Santa Claus, and I'm gonna miss every second I got to put on that suit. The smiles and excitement on your faces were priceless. In closing, I wish I could be tucking you girls into bed. Celeste with the best kisses, Bella with the best hugs. I wish I could give you a good night kiss, Shanann, and feel Niko kick around in your belly. You all mean the world to me, and the love I have for you can't be measured. It's like the sand of the sea. I love you all, always and forever. What did Dawn say? You guys agreeing with Dawn? Consider Chris's letter a confession from somebody that woke up only because he was caught up in his web of lies. He's regretting too little too late. Yeah, very true. I mean, even if he still had the chance to just stop it, in my opinion. You all mean the world to me. Oh, that I already read. Now I have to get serious with you all. I'm sorry. I wish I could take your place and you all could be back here with your family. And if I could, I would go in your place. So he's not including them in their family, right? I wish I could take your place and you all could be back here with your family. He's not saying with your families, because the Rusek family and the Watts family. He is saying you could be back here with your family. And if I could, I would go in your place. My heart is broken into 4 pieces, a piece for each of you. Please forgive me for what I did to you. There truly isn't a word to describe how sorry I am. To be living in this cell without all of you in my life is the most horrible thing that can be imagined. Never would this be something I would want to have happened. You were my life. You are my life. I just need you to know that it wasn't me that morning that did that horrible thing. Something not of that earth came over me and I succumbed to it. And I allowed that to take over my head, my actions, my life, your lives. I'm not blaming it on anyone else, but had I not gotten mixed up with the wrong kind of people and allow the dark spirit to enter my life, I know something like this never could have happened. I beg you 1,000,000 times to forgive me for what I have done. Soon I will be in heaven with you, and we will rejoin our family and be together for all eternity. I love you all so much. Happy birthday and Merry Christmas, Bella. Merry Christmas, CeCe. Lions roar in a lion's voice. Merry Christmas, Niko. Happy birthday and Merry Christmas, Shanann. I keep living for God faithfully and waiting patiently for His plan, through He is a Savior, faithful and good. Keep trusting in Him when we experience heartache. God bless everyone. Amen. So this is the letter he wrote to his girls, Niko and Shanann, on December the 17th, 2018. The last part is like, and I'm speaking only my thoughts. The last part is like he wants to say something, he wants to come out with something, but then he retracts, right? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Never would this be something I would want to have happened. You were my life. You are my life. I just need you to know that it wasn't me that morning that did that horrible thing. Something not of that earth came over me and I succumbed to it. And I allowed that to take over my head, my actions, my life, your lives. I'm not blaming it on anyone else. So he's stepping back again from what he just said. But had I not gotten mixed up with the wrong kind of people and allow the dark spirit to enter my life, I know something like this never could have happened. I beg you 1,000,000 times to forgive me for what I have done. Yeah, where was that comment? That was a good comment. The wrong kind of people is an important sentence. Yes, that's what I think too. Lynn is saying he didn't kill the children, but he may have known. Right. Well, he repeats that over and over again. I could not save my children. Right? And remember the preparations, the packing of that stuff, him telling people, I wanted to go back to the site. I wanted to go see my children, my girls. So I do believe that it is a great possibility that he wanted to go to work the next day simply because he knew that they were there. Right? Anthony, he hated his life. If it wasn't NK, he would have had an affair with someone else. Yeah, I partially agree with that. I would have seen that coming. Like, having an affair with somebody else. But what he is saying actually in that other letter I'm going to read out tomorrow, many, many things are gonna be cleared up. Because he says stuff like, and I don't want to say too much, but he says stuff like, I did not know I was unhappy until she asked me all those questions. Right? So, Anthony, I invite you to join tomorrow and let's discuss. Don't let yourselves fooled by CW's religious quotes. He can memorize the entire Bible by heart. To me, that is not the same thing to believing and feeling the words of God. He can feel anything. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say he can't feel anything, but you definitely can hide behind God, but that does not make you go to heaven, right? So, this is what I think too, you know. They called him the Rain Man. He has a very, very sharp memory. But on the other hand, he is only remembering bits and pieces. And there might be an explanation for this. If you guys had watched my live stream about the psychological point of view, where I was talking to my psychiatrist, we find it hard to believe that also murderers going through trauma, right? We just have to blend out that, or we hate everybody who kills somebody, and especially children and stuff like that. Just from a point of view without any emotions, right? Murderers also go through trauma. So, what could have happened, in some people's opinion, was that he really does have a blackout. You know, this is trauma. I mean, if you see somebody being killed or kill somebody, this is still trauma, even though if you're a psychopath or get something out of this, or you know, it's still you can still go back to at some stage of this killer or this person, and you will find trauma, right? So I do believe partially that he does not remember, but I do not believe at all. Same when you ask him something, he does remember if you trigger him with certain words like garage, right? Phone, all this important stuff, you can trigger him, and then he's like, oh yeah, that was me, or yeah, I don't know, or yeah, or you know, he all of a sudden remembers. But then if you ask him another question, he's like, oh, I wish I could remember. I'm having a blackout. This is all blank to me. And some stuff comes back to him, and some stuff just does not at the moment, right? So, shock exists, yes. What comments are ridiculous? Yeah, I definitely think that he was involved in a plan or knew of something. Remember, you guys, when I showed you, he called Vivint in June, July, 3 times on the phone in his basement. While on the phone with Vivint, he is gonna take pictures of the layout of the basement. So I think, and here again, my personal thoughts is that there must have been something going on back in June, July. And I also truly do not believe that they only met in June. I believe they met earlier and just not got involved with each other until then. But I certainly do believe that they met earlier, and their relationship probably started later. But she also gives away something in her interview I played yesterday. She says to Kobach, the information I have and what he told me the past few months. And what would you call past few months? Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's a big time frame, isn't it? Thank you, Annette. Yeah, it's a bit boring because I'm not showing you any little pictures, but yeah. I'm going to be showing you pictures right after that one when we get into Russell Williams. I believe the plan existed, but Chris did not kill no one, or he was blackmailed. I think he definitely knew of something. And what I don't understand is, to the last minute, he wanted to pull through. Let's say the children were out on site somewhere, right? The part he circled, or wherever they could have been held. He still had the opportunity to tell law enforcement up to the last minute, right? He could have said, listen, I feel like this is a kidnapping, and I know where my children are, and this was all a stupid plan. He could have, but he didn't. You hear my son in the background? I think there was a few plans. Yeah, definitely. If you put all this together, right, the phone calls to police, then him and you guys convinced me that he did, in fact, receive messages in that room. But I also heard there was no service in that room, so he could not have received any messages. But what about emails, right? What about emails? And this is what I said to Dave and to Dawn. Maybe Dawn can enhance that picture of him sitting in the interrogation room holding his phone. Maybe Dawn can enhance it so we can at least see if it was a message or an email. Because we all know these little icons. When a message comes in, it's green, right? And if at least on my phone, it's like that. And if an email comes in, it's blue. And if Messenger comes in, it's white, right? So his father was texting in that room. Yeah, I heard some people saying that there was no service in that room. So this is what I was just thinking. It's just thinking out loud. Could be an email, could be a message, could be even Facebook. And what I also find interesting is, why deleting Facebook? You did not delete anything of those text messages NK sent to you, even though she asked you to, but you deleted Facebook previously. So, and how my brain works, and I'm trying to make sense right here. So he deletes Facebook. She's telling him, delete your Facebook, all social media, because I don't have any social media, which is not true because I have pictures of her from her Facebook account. And she continued to have a Facebook account because we found that in 2018 in end of August or something, right? So she still did have a Facebook account. So she's lying to investigators saying, I have no social media whatsoever, right? I don't agree with anybody calling anybody names, Chris, if that answers your questions. At least not in public. So where were I? Yeah, so she's telling him, delete your Facebook. He does. Then after the murders, he tells investigators she wanted me to delete everything, but I didn't. So why? If she tells her, delete your Facebook, and you do it without hesitation, why did you not delete messages and stuff like that? Was he thinking, oh no, I better keep them because this was not done all on my own? And again, this is just me thinking, keeping messages to prove something at some point. Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I can delete my Facebook, okay? And if somebody, gives me a good reason why I should do that, I will. Right? If I trust that person. So why not deleting messages? Anthony, don't even go there with me because I know exactly how I would react if somebody kills someone of my family. So don't even go there with me. Messages was his connection to NK. Right. But what I'm thinking was, did he keep them to maybe expose her or what she said or what she knew? Right? Well, I guess we have questions over questions, but maybe we can answer some when I read you the letter tomorrow, the other letter he wrote in June or July this year, I believe. I gotta recheck. But yeah. Oh, that's so nice, True Gypsy. I'm enjoying watching from my bed. I did not go to sleep for forever last night. I have no reason to lie, Cat. Oh, you mean NK? Yeah. What reason? Why would she lie, especially if she was trying to help them out? Yeah, right. She helping them out? No. Everything she said and did, yeah, was all for her personal, basically saving her own ass. And also the wrong questions asked by investigators, in my opinion. But then again, we only have so much of information. We don't know if they ask her, why have you been in the area at 6:16 in the morning? What did you do there? Why didn't you call him that morning but all the other mornings? Right? We don't know if they actually asked those questions. I just observed that Kobach really went a little bit angry on her when he's having her phone in his hands, or she has having her phone in her hands, and he's saying, well, then he sent you that picture. You wanted proof that he was on site. And she said, I wanted proof that he was at work. Yes. And then Kobach goes, so why did you want to have proof that he was on site? And then she's talking about something completely different, and Kobach steps back and, was kind of like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. You could really see that in the footage. Oh, I gotta scroll. I have a slight delay on StreamYard. She Googled what they could find out about deleted messages. Yes, and this tells me that she's not technically good at all. Thank you, Anita. Thank you. Aw, Anita. That's a cute dog. I love dogs. I don't like cats, though, I gotta admit. But I do love dogs. And ever since my dog died of cancer in 2015, I'm not... I want to get another one, but it would be devastating for me if something happens to that dog too. I just can't go through that again. Very nice, cute. Exactly, that guy was tapping his pen on the desk. You could tell he was so frustrated, but still, he let her carry on with word salad and never ever questioned any of it. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you guys, I'm gonna meet up in the background with Dawn in a minute. And I hope you will be joining us um, on that other live stream we're gonna have in about 20-25 minutes. It's already set up, and Don is gonna give us his expertise and his point of view, and I think we can learn a lot of those two interrogations. And no, I don't think that he was interrogated very good, like they had to basically force him. While on the other hand, and I don't want to say too much, but on the other hand, Jim Smith, that other interrogator, he basically got a killer, or let's say serial killer, um, to say, "Oh, call me Russ. I'm your friend. I'll tell you everything." Right? And just let's see what the differences are. Yeah. Oh, I think he was definitely told to go soft on NK. Yeah, he's cheated. She knows her life is in danger. She has got his family out. The picture text and old picture signs bad for he gets jail, losing his freedom, and kids to her parents. That's an interesting thought. Interesting thought. Mm-hmm. Stay in that direction, Rachel. You're not getting timed out for having a different opinion about anything, Anthony. It's just the way it comes across, and it's a difference between having a different opinion and discuss it and forcing an opinion onto somebody. That's the difference. Kobach was biased. Oops. Kobach was biased. You take info differently when someone tells you she has nothing to do with it, right? And I truly do believe that he wanted to investigate and he wanted to, you know, he knew something, and they probably, they probably all knew, except Tammy Lee. She's gonna go through all the phone stuff because, if you have to go through the phone stuff again, that tells me right then and there that either your technician was a complete idiot or you haven't looked at stuff, right? So, loads and loads and loads to discuss still. I hope you guys join me and Dawn in a bit over on the other live stream. And I'm going to be closing that now. We can still discuss later on because I want to have some time to make another tea. You lost your glasses. Oh. Trinda, what was that comment, real quick? Write it again because I will never ever find it again. Write it again, and I reply to your comment. Green tea. Ah, green tea. In the very beginning of listening to all the NK interrogations, I thought they were letting her talk so she would eventually tell on herself and they would call out her lies. But that never happened. Yeah, I mean, her a search warrant was drawn for her apartment as well as for her car, and she always had a lift, right? So Trinda, I think the comment on the month from being born, he meant a month to be born from the time he wrote the letter in December. That could be right. Yeah, that he mixed something up and his thoughts went kind of mushy. Yeah, that could be. I have to let that go through my mind. I mean, there's nothing, suspicious about that. It was just not making sense to me. That's all. Thank you, Trinda. All right, you guys, I'm gonna make some tea. And he wrote that letter for Cadel. He wrote that letter. He did not write that letter for Cadel. He just allowed her to print it in her book. He wrote that letter actually for his family and gave it, or wanted to give forward this letter to his family so they can read it out loud at the graveside. This is what I know. He was asked to write it. Yeah, we can, speculate. I think it's a weird letter. I think it's a coming out, coming forward with evil forces and stuff like that. And I want to say something, but I cannot say something. But yeah. Right. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this now. I hope you will all be joining us over like in 10-20 minutes. Gonna make some tea, gonna make some coffee, you guys. And let's get into a real interrogation and see how this guy cracks a killer. All right. See you in a bit. Bye bye, you guys. Love you. Bye bye. Mwah.